guys. Nice and smooth, don't you think? It's going to be challenges. Well, first I want to welcome you all. Welcome to Cawfee Talk with Sunny and Chief this morning. We have missed your faces. We saw you guys 2 weeks ago on a Saturday for a 2-hour special with Sunny and Chief as we launched, guys. We launched our amazing products. So many of you, I have to hide some things here. So many of you have already supported, purchased, and provided your own feedback on the Sunnyside Soothing Salve and the Chief Calm Balm. Amazing stuff, guys. So please feel free to check out our bios, ask us questions. That's what we're here for. And welcome in. We've missed your faces and just want to say we love you. Thank you for your ongoing love and support, both for Sunny, Chief, Break Stigmas, the whole nine. I know, right? I got to do that to my knees still. I have not lathered up like a turkey just yet, but welcome in. Last night we hosted on the Sunnyside platform our Veterans Live. It was so nice to reconnect with all of you. And it seems like the running theme was challenge. So I'm going to kick it over to Chief and say hello and good morning. How are you doing?
Hello and good morning. Doing much better now. It really was quite a challenging week. And if you just think about the last week or even 2 weeks has been kind of nonstop for you and I both.
Most certainly. It has been nonstop, ongoing. Go.
It has. And you flew out of Missouri on Monday, and it was just crazy from there. Like, that day was nuts. If you recall, I know that morning Spike ran away on us before you even flew out, so we spent the morning looking for him. And then you flew out from Missouri back to Connecticut. So it's been not busy on TikTok, but super busy in real life.
Real life. And we talk about that all the time. Just because you don't see us on here doesn't mean we're not doing stuff, guys. We're always doing something. Definitely letting life for us. And most certainly it did start off like, oh boy, it's going to be that kind of week. We spent several hours looking for baby boo Spike Monday morning, and then we did find him. But wow, that took up most of our day, and unsettling as well because we love him. We love our fur babies, and we did get him back home. And then I flew out in the evening and had a little bit of a delay, and it was just like roll with the punches. So roll with the punches. Got in Monday late. Back to work on Tuesday, and it was nonstop. Thank you, Dana, for sharing out the live. And we will be uploading this to the YouTube channel. This is episode 42 of Cawfee Talk with Sunny and Chief. And if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, please follow us on our TikTok platforms and get to know us. Follow us on our websites. You have the sunnysideoffreedom.net and the 420chief.net websites. And also feel free to follow us on our nonprofit website, which is breakstigmas.com. We appreciate you guys. But, getting back to the topic at hand, challenging weeks, challenging days, and God, it was one of those weeks where you're like, I feel burnt out, and you have to come to terms with it's okay to not be at 100, which we like to run at, right? We like to run at that 100%. I'm feeling good. I got this. And you have those weeks, man, where it'll just keep knocking you down. I feel like a Donkey Kong arcade game or something where you just keep getting knocked down. And you're like, you got to keep getting back up. And is the coffee strong enough for the day? Thoughts, Chief?
It really was one of those types of weeks where I had to focus. I had to take a lot of breathers, and your breath is really your anchor when chaos hits. It's the easiest, simple thing to focus on. And I caught myself a few times, in Spike's absence, getting frustrated. I even got frustrated with my kids, and I realized it's not their fault. I'm angry about this freaking dog being gone. So I had to really breathe through it and think about my responses and my reactions. And so for me, it was like a huge teaching lesson, a moment of patience, a moment to just calm down and understand that things are going to be what they're going to be. It's completely out of my control. All I can control is how I respond and react. And I didn't want that to be poor, because I saw that easily could have started rifts with my children, if I was taking that anger out on to them. And I didn't want it, because that's It's not their fault. They didn't deserve that. But that's how I caught myself starting to act, getting snippy, getting short, getting angry. So I had to remember to breathe through it quite a bit and remember it's temporary. And for me, I noticed I wanted to shut down. Like it wasn't just the dog, but after Hugh had left and Spike ran off again, I was just, it consumed me and I didn't want to talk to anyone. I wanted to kind of isolate because I was angry. But that doesn't help. So I had to really reach out and talk to, you know, people about what was going on, especially even my kids, so they knew, and just keep breathing through it and stay kind of in the moment and not get worked up too bad.
Absolutely. Guys, it's funny. He said the word patience, and before we went live, I wanted to start I wanted to start Coffee Talk, and I don't know why. This is the God honest truth with Guns N' Roses. Do, 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 do. All we need is a little patience. True story. That was my thought process right before this live kicked off. And I was like, no, Sil, you got to start it off with our theme song, you know? But that is the God honest truth because my patience was tested this week for sure. And look, a lot of it we choose, right? We choose to do the extra. So yeah, you're going to expect to be tired. I chose to take a mini vacay, but it required a lot of work, right? You're flying, you're driving. That's not rest, right? It's a getaway, but it's not rest. So I felt the burnout of jump back into work and catch up on 4 days missed of work. And holy hell, it was a lot. And then I had my own personal things going on too. And then I mentioned briefly, like 2 nights in a row, sleep, guys. We don't get enough sleep. And when you don't have enough sleep, you feel off balance, you feel irritable, you're tired. I said to Chief yesterday, I struggled driving home. And that hasn't happened to me in a while where I just was like at a light and wanting to close my eyes. Dangerous. Don't do it. And I was like, oh man, I'm that tired. And it was from the disruptive sleep of 2 nights in a row, not just not getting enough consecutive sleep because I was up with my daughter, and then doing a full days of work. But yeah, you're going to have lots of challenging weeks, guys, and you're not alone. I mean, that's the message here. You're really not alone. And last night on our Veteran Live, we were going around the boxes, and I think it was just Frizz who was just kind of like, I'm just status quo over here. But, we talked to 4 points and 4 points. Like, yeah, I've been challenged for like a week and a half. You're going to have those challenging moments. I know they sound unfair. Just like it's unfair for me to have to wake up 2 nights in a row and jump out of bed into fight or flight kind of feeling, with my daughter. Those are moments where you're growing and you're being challenged and you overcome them. You do get through them, but it's hard. It's hard. And that has to be said because too often we feel like we can't get through them depending on the circumstances. And you really can. You just have to push. And we talked about that last night.
Yes, we did. And don't let the moment, just a temporary moment, become a story. I know, like, I hear my kids, they might have, like, the most amazing day, and one bad thing could happen and be like, this is the worst day. And sometimes we can get sucked in. A bad day doesn't mean that you're having a bad life. Sometimes you just got to zoom out on what's going on and realize, like, this is just one chapter, like a deployment. I remember doing mobilizations, and I remember on our way back from a Mediterranean cruise when I was active duty in the Navy. If you had asked me, like, how much would it cost you to go back, it would have been unreal, an unrealistic amount. Like, there wasn't a little amount of money that would have got me to go back and do what I just did. But that was a temporary moment that I got through, and so many of us got through, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, mobilizations, deployments. That stuff was temporary. We got through it, and we're back. It's just a chapter. And this week wasn't like a bad day. It was like a string of bad moments throughout the week.
Yeah.
And again, that's something that I had to focus on. Like, it's not all the time. It's just this moment and this moment. Yeah.
And when you have things like that going on, like Chase said, it's a bad day. It could be a bad day. It could be a bad week. Sometimes it feels like a season, guys. I mean, we do go through those things too. And the first step is acknowledging, like, I'm not okay. Like, I'm struggling with this. And Chief said something that's really important to make reference to, which is isolation. I'm one of those people too. I like to shut down. I don't want to talk to no one. And I've shared this with Chief where I'm like, if he wasn't Chief, I would shut down. But I know he's going to come looking for me. So I just can't do it because he'll be like, Boo, where are you? you know, but we want to shut down. We don't want to talk. We're in our fields. We're just needing to work through it. And how do you practice gratitude when you're feeling like crap? How do you practice gratitude when you feel like life's beating you up? I mean, feel free to leave it in the comments. We're here on our TikTok platform. This will go on over to our YouTube channel. But how do you practice gratitude?
That's hard. That's so hard. I've actually thought about that in the worst of it this week because I was so angry. I'm like, I could sit here and say nothing. I'm not grateful for anything right now in this moment, but I had to remind myself, my children are here. They love me. They're healthy. My mother was here. We don't always get along, but I realize she's here when I need her, not necessarily when I want her to be sometimes. And realize that everything that I'm grateful for doesn't have to be present at this moment, but just a few things to focus on really does help. What do you have right now? What do you have to look forward to? Your support. It can be difficult, but just to remember there's that one thing to set your baseline of gratitude, just like we practice before bed every night. And hopefully when you wake up every morning, if you can find those things, that's really all it takes sometimes. Because it's like, if I can find one thing to be grateful for, I can sit with that, and then I can think of other things. And that's a huge improvement over sitting there and being grateful for absolutely nothing and being pissed off.
Absolutely. One of our friends here on our TikTok platform, and I say this because this is going to be up on our YouTube channel, 4 Points Ranch. I make it, I'm going to make reference to his comment of waking up and thanking God every day. And I know not everyone's religious, but I have to tell you, even in my challenging moments, I thank God I got through it. I thank God we've overcome it. I'm like, thank God. Like diabetic lows. And those are so frightening, guys. The feeling I had triggers. Things trigger us, guys. And I got to tell you, alarms are my triggers. When I hear them, there's something that switches off inside of me where I want to just like go. And it was like, it's always that feeling of like, will I get it in time? I never want to experience a diabetic coma. Never in my life want to experience that. So you get into this fear state and you have to talk yourself down and talk yourself through it and say, I got this. It's going to be okay. You're doing okay. And challenges don't define us, guys. It's how we respond to them that does. It's okay to feel like you're having a weak moment. That doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you're human. You're experiencing something. And when you experience something, you're experiencing all the feels of something: aggravation, irritation, sad, fear, all of it. You're emotional. So it's really important to recognize that, and you're not always going to respond the right way, but what is the right way? If you got through it, congrats. Who cares how you did it? It doesn't have to be perfect. And I think sometimes people are like, well, you did it like that. It doesn't matter. You survived it. You got over it and you did it your way. It doesn't have to mimic anyone else's way because not everyone's way is going to work for you.
And I wanted to say something you touched on briefly was that gratitude doesn't erase pain. It gives it perspective. It's not about pretending that everything's okay. It's not about saying, I shouldn't be upset, or comparing yourself to others, saying, well, so-and-so has it so much worse. It's all still real. Pain is real. The stress is very real. Grief even is real. But when you pause and you look for what's good in the middle of all of the chaos, like this week really kind of was, it helps you see beyond the pain, and it helps you shift your focus, because pain narrows your view, anger, all those negative emotions, and it really focuses you. So all you see is what hurts or what angers you. And then gratitude widens that lens quite a bit. And it reminds you that, yeah, this is difficult. It's a stressful situation, but I still have my people. I still have my breathing. I still have a purpose. The small stuff doesn't erase the struggle. It reframes it.
And breathing, key word, guys. Are you stopping to breathe, to catch up? I said this to Chief. I had a hell of a week myself here. I was like, it's both of us. What's going on here? And I was like, I had to stop to catch up with myself, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys feel like you're running, 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 burning out at both ends. And you're like, I need to pause and I need to breathe and acknowledge what's happening this week or the events that are happening around me. Sometimes it's not directly to you, but they're around you and you're feeling the pressure of all of it. And it's taking moments to say, I need to take a break. I need a timeout. I need to breathe. I need to drive the long way home and check out the foliage. All those things are going to help you. Sit with yourself. It's so important to process what you're going through. I think too often in our life, even our military, and I'd like you to talk to this, Chief, they're taught to not sit with anything. It's like you just keep going. And so it's so hard when you have this Sunnyside over here saying, come on, guys, let's sit with it. Let's process these feelings. Let's process these thoughts. But it's so essential in our mental health to actually acknowledge what we're going through and identify what's causing all of these feelings or our responses to how we handle life.
Yeah, so oftentimes we say we don't have time for that. We just need to move on, not realizing that we're not healing it. We're just moving on from it and letting it go, and that can cause triggers later on that can amplify triggers. So sitting with it like you talk about, and it's kind of like, let's fix this here and now and get it over with so we don't have to carry it later. Because if you're holding on to something, it's going to impact you until you really do that deep dive. And then sometimes the worst part about that is when we bury it and we don't address that right away, it can impact us in other ways that we don't even realize later, making it more difficult to resolve later on. So I've did that so much of my life, just kind of packed shit away and said, I'm not even worried about that, and told myself we're just moving on from this without skipping a beat, pretending that it didn't bother me when in reality it did more than bother me. It created triggers down the line.
Most certainly. And guys, you can sweep it under the rug as long as you like. But I'm here to tell you that at one point or another in a relationship and something that you find you're engaging in something, it's going to wear its weary head. Something will trigger you and you're going to be responding to it because that's what your body doesn't forget, and neither does your mind. You have to get to the work of it, get at the root cause of it, address those things. It's ugly though. I'm not going to lie. It's not fun to do. Some of them moments in our lives that have impacted the way we respond to people and things and situations may be harder than others, but the sooner you start your healing process, the better. Know who you are. Do you know who you are? When you sit with yourself and you're like, okay, what's underlying here? What's underneath all of this? Underneath the smile, underneath all of it, do you know who you are? Do you know what your triggers are? Do you know how to start working with those triggers and saying, I know what this is. I'm going to start working on this one at a time. No one said you had to conquer it all in a day because it's work. And everyone's healing journey is going to be very different. It could take years. I can tell you mine took years. It took years to get at some of the issues that I was working through, not necessarily my own, but things that had happened to me, things I experienced in life, loss, betrayal, all of it, all the hurtful things that happened to us in life. And you just have to do the work and recognize that it's not your fault. That's another thing. We beat ourselves up. We carry this guilty conscience of forgive yourself. Learn how to do that. Forgive yourself. Whether you were directly responsible for something, learn to forgive yourself. We're not living there anymore. We're living here in the present, and we have to move forward from every single experience we've been through.
Yes. And accept it. Don't fight it. When you stop fighting the fact that it's hard, you free up energy to learn from it. And it's okay to say, this week sucked. That's honestly not negative. It's acceptance that you realize that it sucked. But instead of saying things like, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this showing me? Maybe it's teaching you patience or trust, or that you need to set better boundaries is a big one for me a lot of times. Or maybe it's showing you who shows up for you when life gets messy. For example, this week it was rough, and like I said, I didn't really want to talk to many people, but I did go to Slaphappy's. Took my mother over there. and they were doing some end of season trimming, and I got in on that, and it burned an entire day away. I wasn't alone. I was with good company, and I had actually forgotten about a lot of the things that were going on while I was there. I was able to enjoy myself and help them out, but it showed me in that moment like who was really there for me when I didn't want to make anything about me at all. I wanted to, tuck that shit under the rug and move on, but they were there, and the bad weeks really do make the good ones stand out. Without the bad, there isn't as much good. But without the lows, you wouldn't be able to accept the calm days, the laughs, uh, that first sip of coffee that we like to have when things finally do ease up. So it gives life color, balance, whatever you want to call it. And it's the shadows that make, like the light pop. Sometimes it takes a bad week to recognize a really good one.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you brought up Kara and John. We have these friendships, guys, and you know who they are, and they show up at the right time. I had a few this week. And, when you're in your funk, nothing that's funny is going to make you laugh because you're just like in the whole woe me shit. You're just like, I don't want to laugh right now, Frizz. Shout out to you. And then I'm practicing my gratitude. I'm like, I'm grateful because you didn't even know I needed to laugh. And maybe I didn't in that minute, but then I'll go back to it and laugh. And I'm grateful for the friendship or, whoever and whatever is going on in your life. And it's so hard to practice gratitude. It really is. It's not easy. It doesn't come easy until you start. And then you practice that daily. It's like a routine in your life. Like when things are happening in your life, you're like, your brain is literally talking to you at this point. Like, I have to be grateful. I have to be grateful because there's gratitude today that I have to acknowledge. And that takes practice. Like anything else in our lives, when things kick us down, the very first thing we want to do is kind of go into our shells, get on that couch or wherever in your spot. You don't want to talk to people. That's what we do, right? We're creatures of habit also. We go back to that comfort zone of what feels like recognizable to us, what we can identify with. And it's not until we say, no, I'm not doing this today. I have to heal. I have to push through. And then what does that look like? Get outside your comfort zone like you did. You went to Slaphappy's. You spent your day surrounded by friendship and love, right? Right there, my guys and girls. That's where it's at. That's when you change the narrative of how your day is going to go. Get outside your comfort zone, push through whatever the hell is going on. And look, I'm not going to lie to you and say that there aren't days where I say, no, today I need to sit here. I have those days too. Those are healing days where you really do need to put in the work. But don't stay there. Chief.
Yep, bad weeks don't define you, they refine you. They strip away what's not needed so the real you can move forward, I like to say.
I love that for Frizz. He's getting together today with some friends, I believe, too. And, do something this weekend, which leads me to what are you doing? How are energy, guys? Are you sharing yours? Is it positive energy? Is it negative energy? Are you seeking the energy you want? If you want to be around negative Nellies, then that's a choice. You know what I mean? If you want to surround yourself with positive people, you know who they are. You know who they are. Yeah, we had a thing go positive this week. Yeah, we do have positive things happening, even in the midst of chaos, guys. And those are the ones you hang on to and say, you know what, although all this other stuff happened, or maybe this didn't happen the way I intended it to, but sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. I don't know if you guys look at life like that. I've started to, even with my delayed flight on Monday, I'm like, well, I don't know the reason, but it's delayed. I don't know why things happen, but sometimes I'm like, it's a blessing in disguise. Yeah, man, I got to spend an extra 45 minutes with Chief. We were decompressing from the day, which we wouldn't have had an opportunity to do. And that was what I took away from my delayed flight. We have lots of moments like that. Instead of saying, oh man, I'm going to be late for work. Maybe there's a traffic jam you avoided, whatever the case may be. It's all the way you think about life and how you process to kind of go through it. Just reading some of that.
I definitely know that trying something new, especially when you don't want to, like going to the park or going out to that event, whatever it is, trying a new experience. When you change your environment, even if it's like a new coffee shop across town, um, you movement is momentum. When you physically change your space, your mind follows. You meet new people, you have new experiences, connecting with new people. Go where conversations are happening. It could be on a live, like a Sunnyside of Freedom meetup, some type of workshop. I mentioned going to Slaphappy's. Even just a 5-minute chat can really change your perspective. And sometimes new energy is really what helps us climb out of something that we're stuck in, like an old mindset. So when you get out of your comfort zone, that's where the growth really does happen. Growth never happens in comfort. That anxiety before you try something new is just your body saying we're leveling up, Find the lessons in the adventure is what I would say.
Most certainly. And once again, welcome in, guys. This is Cawfee Talk with Sunny and Chief, episode 42. We're so happy to be here with you all. I know a lot of our conversations are repetitive, but isn't that life? You don't go through something once. You kind of go through it throughout life. You're living. So we revisit specific topics. Last night on our Veterans Live, the theme was challenging weeks and hard times and how we push through. Remember that word when you're going through something. Remember this conversation today, and remember that we're there whispering it in your ear, and we're saying push through. We do remember these things when we're going through life. I remember many of the conversations or certain phrases that people will say to me. You got this, Strudel. I always think of Big Brother Robs. You got this, Strudel. That's what he calls me. We have these little voices in our head. Silence out the noise of the negative and bring in that positive. Those interactions that we're talking about, whether it's sharing a cup of coffee with a friend virtually. Sometimes Chief and I do our not sometimes, every day. We do our virtual talks because we need that. Have real coffee as well with a friend. Reach out to somebody, check in on them, see how they're doing, because what you don't realize is you're both going to feel really great afterwards. Checking in with people is really important. Get outside that comfort zone, even when you don't feel like it, because it's important for you. It's important for you to get the energy maybe from somebody else when you're not feeling so good.
And it's important to know how to fill your own cup as well. And sometimes that means just sitting outside with your dogs on a leash so they don't run away. Just having a coffee outside, without your phone, just taking some time for you. Writing down what you learned from the week. It's important to release somehow. I know John from Slaphappy, good friend, he writes to release. If he's angry, he'll write an article or he'll write a statement. And
I think
and then he can kind of reanalyze.
Absolutely. Write down your goals, guys. Do you have goals? Can I tell you something? You don't have just one goal. In life, I'm constantly like, new goal, new goal. I'm constantly challenging myself because I know that's what's going to help me evolve and grow. Even when life is hard. We go through those moments too where like, I can't worry about that right now. I can't think about that right now because I have to deal with all of this. Why? Why do you have to put your goals or the things that make you happy on hold? You don't. Find the balance, and only you can do that. Writing things down is really wonderful. It's so therapeutic. There's so many things that are therapeutic, but definitely do something that will help you through it, whether you're going for a walk, exercising. Do, like I say to Chief, take care of you. Be good to yourself. That means a lot of things to different people. For me, it could mean make sure you eat, make sure you drink, make sure you rest, don't rush, take care of you. And I say that a lot, take care of you, because you mean something to me. So if I say that to you, take that as I care about you, take good care of yourself until we see each other again. I can't believe we're half an hour into our coffee talk, and you know what time it is. It's time to bring that energy that Chief loves so much. I know Frizz is back there like, no, yes, Frizz, yes, it must be done. It must be done. Let's go. Get those shoulders warmed up, Chief.
What is it?
Come on, 4 points.
This feeling inside my bones.
It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. Let's go, turn it on. From my city, off from my home. It's been 2 weeks. Flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. Oh, phenomenally. Like the way we rock it, so don't stop. Don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. My boy points. Catch up. Karen John dancing at the Slaphappy. Just dance it, guys. Release it. Here it comes. Ready? So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Ooh, something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing. I don't think the magic meant that. No reason, don't be control. Love your face, Chief. I know they're all feeling good. You got that sunshine in your pocket, guys. Look, it's a silly song. I know. And yes, I post this on YouTube for the world to see. I do. You know why? Because I don't care. Because it's all about how it makes me feel, and it's all about how I'm sharing that energy with all of you. And that's why I do it. And I know you guys laughed, and I know you smiled, and maybe that was the first smile you had all day. I don't know. Or maybe you couldn't wait for it to end, like Chief. Either way, you got to see my big cheesy smile, right? And smiles are contagious, as we often say. Share your smile with somebody because you don't know who needs it, and that's what this is all about. You know, we're always grateful to be here with you guys. Go ahead, Chief.
No, I was just gonna say that once you've filled your cup, pour a little bit back into somebody else's cup, you know, and check in on people. If you're thinking about somebody, just reach out and shoot them a text. Think about all the times that that's happened with you. I know I love it when somebody reaches out and just, hey, was thinking about you, how you doing? It's like, that's nice. I actually reconnected with an old friend that we worked together in the government sector, 10 years ago, 13 years ago. Haven't talked at all, and then just met up for coffee yesterday, and that was really nice. So once you've filled your cup, share that energy outward. Reach out to somebody and says, hey, you good? Sometimes it's all somebody needs to just completely flip their day. You're muted.
Of course I am, guys. You know. I'm so happy you did that, Chief, because I think it's so cool when you can reconnect with a friendship and kind of reminisce a little bit and then catch up on where you're at. You know, one of our friends also down below in our comment section here on TikTok said, don't make any permanent decisions in the moment because it will pass, and you give yourself time to process what's going on in your life, to reflect a little bit. Sometimes we response, guys, the responses take time. You don't have to respond today, even if you feel like you want to. Don't do it. It's out of frustration. Sit with it a bit. Think about it a bit. You know, it will pass, and you'll have a very different outlook on how you want to respond to a situation. And sometimes it's just silence. Like, don't do anything. It doesn't need a reaction right away. It's not going to change overnight, you know? So definitely sit with yourself a little bit on that. And I'm happy you had an opportunity to do that, Chief. I was happy for you. I can't say, I don't know. I have to find my own therapy this weekend. So today I think I'm going to be carving some pumpkins with my daughter and her friend. Super excited about that. That's going to be a little bit of fun for me to kind of balance me out from my week. I can't say that I had too much balancing going on this week. But, you know, we have weeks like that, but it's also important to be mindful of that and say, well, okay, well, how am I going to fill my cup? How am I going to fill my cup this weekend? I have a beautiful sunny weekend. Sure the hell don't want to be cooped up inside. So I'm sure I'm going to be even carving pumpkins. I'm going to tell her we're going outside to do that. But do something for you because you deserve it. And too often, I don't think we look at life like that or ourselves like that. We see ourselves unworthy of goodness sometimes and like, why? Why don't you deserve to be happy? Why don't you deserve that? You do, you know? Chief? Chief?
Absolutely. Yeah, this week, if it kicked your butt too, it's really, to me, it's proof that you're still in the fight, you know?
Yeah,
Keep breathing, keep learning, and don't forget it's temporary. I had to tell myself that so many freaking times. And find the laughter, find the lesson, you know? Get out there, try something new, go to that place, reach out to that friend, check on somebody, fill your cup, and then come back stronger, you know?
absolutely.
We're better together all the time. And, you know, I reflect this morning on just gratefulness. My mother's here. Like I said, we butt heads from time to time, but she's such a big helper. And she's got a really amazing heart. She just, she just talks before thinking. I think it all just comes out with me. And I'm prefer less words most of the time. But she's helping me tremendously here. And then all week I've been looking forward to the music live tonight. Music really is healing for me. I've used music. I can go back to any moment in my life, the good, the bad, worse, and there was music, and I can remember songs that still to this day will transcend me to another place in time. But tonight we get to celebrate with Rob Hanks, and if the weather holds off, we might even be able to do a bonfire and music and celebrate Rob, and that's something, like I said, I've been looking forward to all week. I've gotten to know Rob over time and his vibe, and I get excited to demonstrate that through music and with the bonfire. There's nothing that goes better. It's like peanut butter and jelly, Oreos and milk, white on rice, but that'll be something to really perfectly set the end of the week for me, I think. So I'm looking forward to it, have been all week.
I am looking forward to it too. And thank you. I actually wanted to go back to a week ago today, guys. This is where I practice my gratitude. A week ago today, I was in Missouri. A week ago today, we were having coffee with our friends, John and Kara, and we spent several hours there at the Slaphappy, and it was wonderful to finally meet them in person. They really are amazing individuals, and you could just feel their energy is positive and it's genuine. And that's what it's about for us, real people. And it was just wonderful. I loved being there. And then that following Sunday, I got to spend with Chief, of course. We got to spend several hours with Big Brother Rob Hanks, and we had shared lunch, and we spent time outside with the dogs. And it was just so beautiful. And I am so excited about tonight because, yes, I'd like to tease him too, which is Big Brother Rob Hanks. He does not like the attention, so I'm going to bring it tonight. We are going to celebrate him loud and proud, and I may even have like a cupcake with a candle in it or something. So bring it tonight, guys. We're going to have some fun at 7 p.m. Central Time with Vibing with Chief. We celebrate each other as often as we can, and if we miss you guys, just know that it's never intentional. But if we know, we know. And it's going to be announced. We do celebrate you every chance that we can. And we appreciate you. We appreciate how you guys show up for everyone all the time. So yeah, tonight is Big Brother Rob's birthday bash on Vibing with Chief, which is the music. And if we're lucky enough, there'll be a fire, depending on the weather there in Missouri. And I miss their faces, As you might all imagine, it's quite the bounce back for me. I go from a house full to, oh, where's everybody? But I still have dog hair laying around here and there to remind me that they were really here. It's not my mind playing tricks on me. Striker hair that flies around everywhere. So you practice gratitude, and it's never truly a goodbye to anyone or anything. It's until we meet again. It's until I see you again. It's until I visit again. Damn, you're gonna miss it, Berg. Well, you enjoy that hockey game, my friend. You enjoy that hockey game because you deserve it. And we appreciate every single one of you. And we're happy to be back with all of you. Stay tuned. If you've missed any of the interviews, I know Chief had one about a week. I think it was like a week ago. He had an interview. Please check out his YouTube channel. 2 weeks ago already? Where does the time go? And Sunny may have one later today. I got to check out my system, see how things are operating. Kara, hint, hint. So, guys, tune in. It'll be on my YouTube channel. And I will be interviewing one of our Navy veterans. She is amazing. And I hope you guys will tune in. And if you can't tune in, check it out later on my YouTube channel. But that is my goal today, is to carve pumpkins, get a veteran interview out and about, then join you all tonight for Vibing with Chief. Hey, girl. How's it going over there? And she has great pastries. I wish she could bring me one. But that she gets from her local pastry shop there. So much appreciated that, of course. Chief, any closing thoughts for you?
I already said my closing thoughts, but I want to thank everybody for continuously showing up. You know, and whether it's the Coffee Talk, the Veteran Live, or the Music Lives, you know, it's awesome to see people, see new people, but it's even more exciting to get to know you all and see you continue to show up, because it really is a reminder that we're not doing this alone, you know, better together, and we're building something here. It's awesome. I love it. Energy is real, and you talked about this early at the very, very beginning of the live, but match the energy you seek. You know, if you want to be in a group of positive people, if you want to be in a mission focused group of people who are really getting things done, then be a person who brings that positive energy and that motivation and action to get things done. That's what it takes. You can't just sit in a room of positive people and be the negative Nelly. It doesn't match, you know? So keep being awesome, keep showing up.
Thank you, Chief, and you keep being awesome, and you keep doing what you do. We always look forward to your Vibing with Chief moments. And guys, I can't end this live without saying, have you checked out our bios? Come on, it's a his and hers. And I did announce this yesterday, so look for that video today. I will be putting out a video. It is a pay it forward. Pay it forward. This video, I just want to give you a really quick rundown. If you tag someone in that video, for instance, that you would like to pay it forward for, and that means purchase them a salve. Go check out the bio. You'll know exactly what we're referring to. It's the Sunnyside Soothing Salve. It's a Chief Balm. It's the Chief Sheild Maiden, our friend Kara and John over at Slaphappy, and then also Pax Centurion. I think that's how you say it. All amazing, all amazing. Support great missions. You know, there's a cause here. Not only are you helping that, but you're also paying it forward for someone. I say anybody, but of course I always, you know, my heart are veterans. If there's a veteran that you know that you'd like to pay it forward and get it for them, put their name down below. We'll get a hold of them and say, hey, so-and-so just paid it forward and purchased you a salve. Can I have your address? We'd like to send this to you. So that's going to be running through probably, you know, Thankful Thursday somewhere in November. So we got about 4 weeks or something of this that we're going to be paying it forward. So look for that video. And then, of course, we're going to be kicking it into December. I can't even believe we're going to kick it into December. And you'll hear Sunny talk about Adopt a Veteran, just like I did last year. We adopted 5. So I hope that we're able to do that again. In the meantime, check out our bios. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Some of our friends who have already ordered, received, applied, and provided feedback, we love you. Thank you. We love the reviews. Those are also there for your viewing. If you've recently gotten yours and you'd like to make a video, please tag us so we don't miss it. And also send us a text message, a DM, and let us know what your thoughts are. We want your honest truth on your own personal experience. And I think
that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Everybody that's done that so far, thank you so much. I love hearing your testimonials or your story. Like I know Sugar said that she was able to do her hair one day. And that's a big deal. And then Rain had a great testimony. It makes my heart feel really good, you know, to hear other people are being able to find comfort with it, because we spend enough time just sitting in pain, dealing with it all the time, and especially the older we get, the more it hurts in more places. And so to have a little bit of comfort to help through the day increases the quality of life so much. You know, I remember one day I was just measuring my pain scale, and it was like a 7, like a 7 hurt. and I went down to like a 4, like 3 points. Doesn't sound like a huge deal, but that's enough to change the entire trajectory of my day. That helped me. I actually ended up going on a hike, which I haven't done in so long, but I was able to hike, which is good for my health just because of that. Otherwise, I would have just not done it. So it helps me get through and improves the quality of my life by helping me, you know, stay active, because a body in motion stays in motion. Motion is motivation. That's what I'll say.
Fantastic. And you know, guys, pain is a barrier. It really is. It's a barrier. Not everything that helps you through pain has to be ingested. Sometimes it's applied. And in this case, that's right. I mean, we apply. And let me tell you something, it works because my knees feel so much better. You see, we use it. We're not just talking about it, we actually use it. When I say morning and night, it's morning and night. And I'm able to do things that I feel like I'm religious with it. I haven't applied yet today, but that is the goal because I plan to have a great weekend and I plan to stay in motion. So if you haven't yet, and there's a his and hers, guys, there's a his and hers. Don't forget her and don't forget him. You know, that's the best part. It's feel like I got you one too. You know, it's kind of cool and they're interchangeable. Like just because you get the Sunnyside salve doesn't mean he can't use it, because it really is good. And just because you get the Balm, Chief Balm, doesn't mean she can't use it, because I will and do. They both and all smell amazing and not medicated. They do not smell medicated. And anyone that's here, and I know there's a few in here, they don't smell medicated. I think it was Kara yesterday who said it almost serves as like a fragrance, but it's not like a female fragrance. Like you just smell fresh. You know, look fresh, smell fresh. But anyway, I'll stop there. Anyway, check out our bios. Go check it out. You'll know exactly what we're talking about. Appreciate the support. A percentage of all sales will be going back to our nonprofit to support our mission. And thank you once again for hitting 22K. Always raising awareness to 22 a day. We appreciate you. And we love you guys. We are going to be closing it out. We will see you tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time with Vibing with Chief, celebrating each other and celebrating Big Brother Rob Hanks for his birthday bash, you know, and all that good stuff. So I don't think he's here, but that's okay. And if you're watching this on YouTube, because this will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and you're in Missouri, go check out Slaphappy Emporium. Amazing. John and Carol will greet you at the door. It really is a feeling of family when you walk in. It's not like a commercial shopping store, rather more like a mom and pop's family oriented. They will answer your questions. You will find these there as well. And it's a cute little town with antique shops and just a lot of fun to be there. Come on down. I wish I could, Kara. I wish I was close enough, my friend, because I would have spent more time there with you. In the meantime, I'm going to be living through all of your experiences and interactions with Chief as he tells me he's there and sending me pictures. And until we meet again, my friend. In the meantime, Kara, I will reach out to you today so we can schedule our interview, closing us out with our theme song. And I love you all. I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. That's right, Eastern Time. And I'll see you tonight on Chiefs Live. Much love. Be good to yourselves. Remember that. Be good to you because you deserve it. And we love you. Yeah. I got this feeling inside. Can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the point. I need a coffee and a joint. I got this feeling inside. Can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing the Find that balance, guys. Find that balance. Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. Cup of positive vibes coming your way. Love your faces. You're amazing. Coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint, coffee in the joint. I'm higher than an F-16 near Walgreens, trying to find some eye drops in a bottle of Listerine. Woo! Well, I missed the clean when I step on the scene, but yo, how did it get here? And what does this all mean? The last thing I remember was way back in September. Oh, Johnny had a doobie, it was groovy, full of passion. All right, y'all, share that smile. Do something for you today. We'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time. Much love, much respect to all of you. Go be the amazing human beings that you are. We love ya. And Sunny is out, and Chief out.
But Kevin, you're not married. Oh shit, it's getting scary. I'm mixing up my history. My memories are buried, and I don't have a clue what's